I think the survey answers the question, what do women want? Like,
But
what's
when you look
important to
at,
women?
well, I think that's the title of the article. But when you look at the survey data, it's talking about attractiveness specifically. But again, it doesn't really talk about
But
if
that's
that
what draws you into the guy. Like you're
Correct.
going
for
to be
sure.
attracted to him. If he asks you out, you're going to respond positively or negatively if you don't
For
like him,
sure,
right?
for a hot minute. So I think that it's talking about the broader thing of what is the goal. If the goal for your audience of men is just to attract women, then sure, maybe loyalty isn't important. They could probably get 10 super hot hourglass women that they're dating at the same time. If the goal is to help men actually
Well,
cultivate
here's what
relationships,
the problem with that is that women leave loyal men every single day in marriages. They're bored of them. They're beta. They can't solve problems. They're loyal as fuck. They won't go anywhere, but they divorce them routinely.
and the same is
So
true the
loyalty is not as important as you're
No.
preaching to the guys out there as what you think. The attraction cues are far more important if you want to keep a woman around.
So, and again, I'm going to speak from the heart of my own experience, but also of any friend or family member that I've spoken to over the past, let's say 25 years. I have met lots of women, and 99% of them have left men who have cheated. Have there been people who have split?
More of them have stayed than have left than women that have left boring men that they're not attracted to that are loyal as hell.
I don't know if I believe that.
I know that for a fact.
But you also, I mean, you're discounting. There's probably plenty of women out there that that have been cheated on and that haven't said anything and haven't left, but maybe they just didn't tell you and they weren't honest with it. I mean, that's perfectly plausible as well. Those are the only people that have admitted to it and that about. Because women will look the other way as long as they're not embarrassed and as long as they're not shamed in the public spotlight. That's way more.
Explain
women are
this.
way more concerned about that.
Explain this old saying then, it's been going around. So it's been said that a woman would rather date a married man than a guy that lives in his mom's basement. Like, this is the whole notion of pre-selection and the value out there. Can you explain that?
I actually haven't heard that particular saying, and if I heard it, I would think it was ridiculous, because why would any
But
woman
women routinely date married men over nerds
All the
that live in their
time.
mom's basement.
That's interesting.
You know that for a fact. You've been around. You're 44.
Yeah, I have been around, but I've never seen. So in my life,
I guarantee you or one of your friends has dated a married guy and has known about it.
I have never dated a married guy. Swear
I'm not
up
saying
and
that
down.
you did it, but maybe one of your friends have done it. But I
No.
guarantee that either you or one of your close friends has dated a married guy and known about it.
To be honest,
And they chose him over some geek living in his mom's basement.
if I look at my close circle of friends, none of them have dated married men. If I was to expand past into coworkers,
How do you know they're telling you the truth?
Well, because they were my close circle of friends, I would know. But
What's
beyond
a
that,
close circle? A dozen, 2 dozen?
Six, I would say, is my
Six.
You've
close
never
circle.
lied to any of your friends about anything ever?
Not about dating someone who's married. No, I would
Cindy,
never.
what
How do
about
you
you? Do you
know?
know any women that have dated married men?
Long term or short term? I mean, I guess it doesn't really
Any
make a
term, it doesn't matter.
Either way.
No, I can't say I have, to be honest. I think the whole scenario is a little bit too messy to even get involved with to begin with. But I do agree with the idea that a man does become a lot more desirable once he's already locked up. I mean, what is it considered? What is the term? Like sexual pre-selection?
Pre-selection, yeah.
Pre-selection, yeah, exactly. I do agree with that a lot. I do think men actually get much more attention when they're committed in a relationship to all the women around them, because essentially it's to the women who see a married man. I think the logic is that, well, if this guy's been picked by a woman, then he's obviously got very great qualities in order to make him like husband material to begin with, right? So I don't disagree with you guys there.
But on a shortage of dateable men that you're attracted to as women, as you will start to experience, many of them are already taken. And this is why we see the propensity for women to mate poach. Guys that are either in relationships or married, they would rather select one of those guys than the guy that is of low mate value living in his mom's basement doing nothing with his life.
I mean, ultimately, what's the question that you're asking me?
Well, it's not so much a question; it's more of an observation of human behavior. Because
Yeah.
on one hand, we say that women won't tolerate that, or we're leading men down the wrong path saying that you have to prioritize loyalty. I'm not saying it's not important. What I'm saying is these things, as indicated in the survey results and as we've experienced as men with all the conversations we've had, are far more important to women for attraction cues to get their interest. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.